This episode may contain content that could be distressing or objectionable to certain listeners. Please refer to the episode show notes for details. Discretion is advised. Hello, listeners! Welcome to Your Movie, My Movie with Dan and Steve.
I am Dan.
And I am Steve. This is a podcast where one of us picks a movie to watch and we discuss it together. In this episode, we are talking about one of Dan's picks, the 1997 movie Mouse Hunt, starring Nathan Lane, Lee Evans, Maury Chaykin, and Christopher Walken. Was written by Adam Rifkin and was directed by Gore Verbinski. We will be talking about spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie first, now's the time to do so. But before we talk about the movie, Dan, who would you recommend this movie to?
I would recommend this movie to any animal control, bug hunters, mouse hunters, anybody messing around with the animals. Watch this movie so that you will know, don't mess around with what's more powerful than you.
Okay.
Because you'll get beat.
Okay, interesting recommendation.
Can you tell that I didn't write that down beforehand, Stephen? Can you tell that was off the dome?
Well, I know you,
fresh.
so my default assumption is that you never write these down. So,
so Stephen.
Yes, sir, Daniel.
What, Sir Stephen? Sir Stephen, would you recommend this movie to?
Well, Daniel, I would recommend this movie for those who ever wanted to put The Money Pit, The Hudsucker Proxy, and Ratatouille in a blender and taste the kind of smoothie that would come from that.
Okay. All right. Not bad.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and just dive right into your 2-minute plot summary so we can get to talking about this movie.
For 1 second, let me get the characters' names. I'm gonna actually do the characters' names this time.
Okay. Well, that's a choice. That's your choice. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ernie is Nathan Lane, and Lars is Lee Evans. Okay, so Ernie and Lars are brothers, and they're sons of a immigrant string manufacturer who dies and leaves them an old house, string factory, and a box of cigars. And basically, they're like, one of the brothers, Ernie, is more jaded and more about money and practicality and surviving, and the other brother, Lars, is more about whimsy, emotional feeling and friendship and all that stuff. And they don't get along well. And so their dad wants them to get along. That's like one of his dying wishes. So they're like, what the frick do we do? Ernie loses his job because he accidentally poisons the mayor of New York or something. And
1 minute.
Lars gets kicked out. Okay. All right. Well, basically they decide to go to this old house that their dad left them and remodel it because they realize that it's made by a famous architect. So they decide that they're going to auction it off in like 7 days, and they start remodeling it. But then there's a mouse, and the mouse basically just fucks them all over, and just basically just destroys their house. Well, it stops
30
them,
seconds.
and in the process, they destroy their own house. And the auction goes to shit. But in the end, they become friends again, and they become friends with the mouse, and yeah, and that's pretty much
15
it.
seconds.
That's pretty much all of it. Christopher Walken is a bug hunter, is a exterminator, and he gets fucked
5,
up also by the
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that was a pretty comprehensive summary of the plot, if I may say so.
I feel like I'm getting better at these.
Okay, wonderful.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You do something enough times, you're bound to get good at it.
Although, Marty, life's hardly long enough to get good at one thing. So,
what's that?
So life's hardly long enough to get good at one thing. This is my True Detective quote for the day.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
So Daniel, you picked Mouse Hunt for your New Year's pick.
I did.
Why? Why did you choose Mouse Hunt?
Well, if you notice, Stephen, I smartly chose Mouse Hunt because if you notice, the end of the movie, the auction that happens is like 7 days after Christmas, which is like, like right around New Year's. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was completely intentional. No, really, I just picked this movie because I wanted to pick it earlier for Thanksgiving, but it was not available for streaming. And this time I wanted to pick Zombieland, but Zombieland was not available for streaming. So I decided to find something that was, and this movie was available for streaming. And so, I picked this movie because it's got family themes, and new start themes. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. It absolutely does by the end. Yeah.
Yeah. And also I've loved this movie since I was a child. I think I've seen this movie a couple times.
Okay.
I think I may have watched it at Noah's house the first time, when I was a wee lad, and I always thought it was very funny and pretty crazy. It appealed to my child brain, and it still appeals to my adult brain. And yeah, that's why I picked it. And also, I've been in a comedy mood lately.
Okay.
So why not follow the work of an artiste like Nathan Lane. And also, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, Nathan Lane absolutely elevates any movie that he's in, for sure. Yeah, he's a great actor, especially comedic actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a lot of, would you say you have a lot of nostalgia for this movie?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, wonderful.
But how did you feel about it? Oh man, I'm gonna talk you into loving this movie, Steve.
No, you are not. And it's okay. It's okay that you love it and that I do not, Daniel. And what I say does not have to diminish your love for this movie.
That's true.
But I do not love this movie. And that's okay. And, I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer on all your movies, because I loved, I deeply enjoyed, what is it? Dr. Otto and the Gloom Beam, your last pick. I did enjoy that. So I'm just not a Debbie Downer on everything.
Okay. All right. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
Yeah, but I was not much of a fan of this movie. And I can tell you why straight away. If you want me to get right into it.
Yeah, sure.
It's the writing, it's the script. I think that this movie has a very, very weak script for the ambition that it sets out to try to do. Because it feels very it feels like it could be more cohesive. Now, and what I mean by that is like things happen in this movie and but they don't seem to come together very well. You know, like Nathan Lane, he is a would-be chef. But you know, that doesn't come into play very much in that he's renovating a house. You know? And his brother Lars is really into string, but mostly out of love for his father and for his love of string. And once again, that doesn't really come into play because the plot is them renovating a house. And then there's the mouse, who may or may not be fully sentient. But that sentience is not fully explored. And you know, to me, it's tough. Is like the mouse. Like, what is the mouse's motivation? Like, does it hate these men? Is it just trying to survive? Why would it suddenly become friendly to them at the end? Was the mouse friendly at the end when he helped them to discover string cheese? And, you know, so like there's a lot of disconnected parts in this movie, which I feel make it subpar. And you are laughing, and I would really like to know why, Daniel.
Because in the movie, in the end, the mouse helps them discover how to make string cheese.
Yes, it is. And even though it is that kind of movie, that is not an excuse for it to not try to be that kind of movie in a better way. Daniel is laughing. I am not. I'm not doing this as a gag. I'm being very serious about this. So
okay, all right. I
no, you can keep laughing. It's okay. Like, I'm not mad or angry or anything about that, about your laughing. But I do want everybody to know that I'm being very, very serious because, you know, even though it's a children's movie, even though the target audience is for children, children deserve good movies too. Children deserve well quality made movies as well. And you know, when we watch, and you can come at me whenever I pick, you know, Beastmaster or Kroll. Okay, you can bring up these words again.
Okay, all right, I'm writing them down.
Yeah. Because as someone once said, consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds. So.
Okay. Who said that?
He is the guy who wrote those stories that the musical Cats is based off of.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am totally...
Is that like E.E. Cummings or something?
I don't think it was him. No, it was someone else.
It was some poet. It was like a poet.
A poet who I think had leanings towards Well, some very bad people. With a man who had a mustache.
Oh, okay.
T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I could
And the
be
man with the
wrong
mustache
about
was
his
Salvador Dali.
I could be wrong about his political leanings, because that's just how we roll on this show. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about what you said.
Okay.
Because you said that this movie was disorganized and the script was not good.
Yeah.
And I'll say to that, Steve, sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the greatest script ever. Things don't really tie together very well.
Yeah.
And it's very goofy. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. And they don't use their characters probably to their fullest potential. However, and I'm gonna do a little bit of dick sucking, I guess.
Okay.
This is Gore Verbinski's first feature film, I believe.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And he directed the fuck out of this movie.
You think so?
With so many, yes. This movie's beautiful. This movie's gorgeous.
Well, the cinematography is great, yes, but that's not the same as direction. That means the DP did his job well, not necessarily.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this movie is a gorgeous piece of art, as in it is innate with beauty and care and love.
I would disagree with you, because if it did have that care and love, then they would have cared and loved the script enough to elevate it. And you know how we do research on this show. I just look at Wikipedia. And on the Wikipedia page for Mount Sun, it does say that this is Gore Verbinski's feature film directorial debut. And it was very important to him that they follow the script by writer Adam Rifkin. And my response to that is, maybe you shouldn't have. Maybe you should have, treated it better. Elevated it to the, in the ways that I feel that is subpar. Because this has all the elements of a story. There's a beginning, middle, and end. So I think it's serviceable, but I just think it could have been improved. Like if you tied themes together, or expanded more on those themes, then that really would have elevated this movie to one that I would not fall asleep in the middle of.
You fell asleep in the middle of it?
I did, and this is only a 90-minute movie. And my God, it felt more like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. It does. For some reason, the pacing is a little off in the middle.
Well, I would say it's off everywhere. Because
right. Well,
okay.
Let me defend the movie further. Let me further defend it.
Yes. I'll shut up so you can defend it.
Yes, I was not finished defending it the first time when you disparaged its name further. Okay. All right. So he directed it with passion. There's so many scenes and moments in this movie that are so batshit wild and wacky and choreographed beautifully, and the production design working hand in hand with the cinematography and the acting, I think, is marvelous. This is like what Home Alone wishes it could be.
This is what
with Home Alone wishes it could be. To be fair, though, I haven't seen The Money Pit or the other movies that you mentioned in the beginning of the film, the beginning of the podcast. So maybe those did it better. But I just really think that this movie it's got so many memorable moments that are just gleefully insane. and I love the opening scene. Steven, did it not make you laugh?
Well, hold on, because
Okay, all right.
did you just say that Mouse Hunt, this movie that was that only got that got a $125.4 million box office. This movie is what Home Alone wishes it could be. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I good sir, as a millennial, I think you are a very, I hate to use the word ignorant, but it is the most appropriate one, because now our fists are flying, as it were, to say that Home Alone, aspires to anything. I mean, I don't think you understand like how huge that movie was at the time and still is. Good sir.
All right, well, I don't mean to disparage Home Alone like you disparage Mouse Hunt.
Oh yeah, well, however, I don't, I mean, how many sequels has Mouse Hunt spawned? I mean, granted,
spiritually, quite a few.
Okay.
Ratatouille.
Well, yeah, there's Ratatouille and there's Stuart Little, I'm sure.
Also, how many of those sequels are good? I'll tell you. One of them are good. The second one, Home Alone 2.
I agree. I agree, but hold on. How many Christmases does John Williams orchestrates an orchestra while the movie plays, and then people pay money to do that, just to watch the movie and have this?
People are fools, Steven. People are fools.
Okay. Okay.
People have no taste.
Okay.
Okay. All right. No. Seriously though. All right.
Seriously. Okay.
All jokes aside. I've rewatched Home Alone. It has its good moments. It has its beautiful parts.
Mm-hmm.
It's heartwarming and it's got its feel good moments. However, it isn't as good as it when I watched it when I was a kid.
Okay.
And this movie to me made me laugh more often than when I watched it as a kid, probably.
Okay.
And this movie I just enjoyed because I thought of all the the insanity that must have gone into making this film, and also just the spectacle of it, the thrill ride of this movie.
Yeah.
I just think is fun. It's just so much fun. And Home Alone is like it's good. It's got a good script, but like I feel like it's just like it's kind of. It doesn't quite stand the test of time as well. I don't know.
Well, on Home Alone, we shall have to agree to disagree. But I will admit, like, there are really great parts in this movie. Like, and I'm not saying this is a bad movie. What I am saying is that it is a mediocre movie that could have been elevated to goodness. Like, not greatness, but just goodness. And that's why I call it subpar. Because you're right. Like, there's a lot of like really cool and insane things that happen in this movie. Like, the best parts of the movie is when we see the mouse in between the walls. And we see all those things from his perspective, and there are scale changes where everything seems larger than they truly are. That is the most interesting part of those are the most interesting parts of the movie, because there's a lot of technical filmmaking that needed to go into doing that. And also, it's interesting because that's a perspective that we as human beings don't often get. Like, we don't often see what's what happens between the walls. Another movie that does that is The Boy. Yes, I'm talking about the horror movie.
The Boys? I don't know if I've heard of The
The
Boys.
Boy, just singular.
Oh,
The Boy. The Boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one where there's an old British couple, and they hire a babysitter to babysit a puppet, like a little doll, like a boy doll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then once she does, they drive off to a beach in England. And they're wearing suits and you know like their Sunday church clothes. They put rocks in their pockets and then they take a slow walk into the sea. And then you and then you find out and like whenever and like, you know, while she's there babysitting the doll, like the doll moves and stuff, so she thinks that the doll is living, but no, their mutilated son just hides in the space between the walls and moves around the house and commits acts of horror that way.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And then from what I know, they came out with a sequel that made the doll supernatural somehow. So now it's just like all the other PG-13 horror movie franchises out there. But anyway, yeah. So this movie does have like a lot of interesting things going for it. Another thing is the aesthetics of this movie, because it seems like very timeless, or not timeless, but rather anachronistic. Because you have like very 1950s aesthetics. But you also have Christopher Walken being a pest exterminator with a fiber optic camera with a plasma screen monitor. So in that way, this movie felt like, you know, aesthetically speaking, very Tim Burton-esque to me. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, and yeah, like the production design for this movie is very neat. And you know, like I said, the perspective from the mouse, and all that, you know, but you know, my biggest problem with it is just the screenplay. Like I said before, Gore Verbinski, this was his first feature film directorial debut. And apparently he was like very adamant about following the screenplay. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have. maybe you should have taken another pass at it and, you know, just elevate it a little bit. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Are we done fighting? Can we make up now?
We're not like fighting. I'm just like, I just wish that you had more whimsy in your heart, Steve.
Yes, you are right. I am an old man. I am not the target demographic for this movie. You are absolutely right about that. But you know, somebody needs to be the Scrooge. So somebody needs to be the Grinch. So so the hero can save Christmas, or in this case, New Year's, I suppose.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you for taking that bullet for me.
Of course. Anytime. Anytime you want me to rain on someone's parade, I will happily bear that burden for you, Daniel.
Okay, but Steve.
Yes.
What parts did you laugh at? Like, because did you not find the beginning? Okay, they're taking their father's coffin down the steps of this beautiful cathedral.
Yeah.
This Gothic dark cathedral, and they're arguing about whether Lars's suit is charcoal gray or black. And the handle of that side of the coffin comes off. The coffin slides down the steps, slams into a car, and their dead father, who is inside, arms crossed over his chest, flips head over heels multiple times and lands straight into a manhole cover, where two workers are working.
Well,
And there's a little sploosh, like they've just cast an ice fishing lure.
no, Daniel, I did not laugh at that because I'm not 9 years old. But before we get into that, let's circle back real quick. Because there are a lot of interesting and good things that are in this movie, but they're all disconnected. And I feel like if they just zeroed in on one take, then the movie would have been much better. You want these guys to renovate a house in order to get money. Well, then focus on that plot and then make the most of that. These brothers inherited a string factory. We'll focus on what you can do with that. They have a mouse that is pestering them. We'll focus in on that. So yeah, I feel like if they focused on one aspect of this movie, we could have really explored that thing and have made the most of that thing. And that would have been enough, and that would have also elevated this movie. But now it's all these different things, and so that really waters down what you can do with it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I will grant you a talking point here, because the end of the film, where they do manage to make something of their lives and become string cheese magnates,
yes,
did feel dumb and ridiculous. However,
yes, very unearned. Very unearned.
Yeah, it is unearned. You're correct. What was I gonna say though? Oh yeah. I'll give you that. But to me, it was like, okay, I can look past that and still enjoy the silliness of it. But I understand completely why you can't, because it was unearned, and I didn't think that it needed to be there, really at all.
Yeah.
And I see what you're saying with all these disparate parts. I don't know. Don't know, Steve. Don't know. I don't know how to talk about it now, because I'm like, I want to find the things wrong with it like you are, but I also want to find the great things about it like are in my head. Because we have this beautiful comedy duo, this Laurel and Hardy odd couple, that are just, they're wonderful together. Nathan Lane and his co-star, what's his name?
Lee Evans.
Lee Evans.
Yeah, he was in There's Something About Mary.
Ah, okay. They do just such a wonderful job of acting together. And
they are great actors. They do commit to their characters for sure. Yeah.
And I just think they're fun together. They make such dramatic gestures, and they emote so wonderful.
Yeah, they both know the kind of movie they're in, and they lean into the kind of movie they're in. They lean into the fact that it's a kids movie for sure. To its credit. Yeah. So you asked me which parts I did like. And there were two. One is that Nathan Lane's character, Ernie, he makes a reference to bicycle thieves. which I chuckled at. It happens very early when he has his restaurant, Chez Ernie. And the other time I chuckled was at the very end when he says when he's made peace with the mouse, and he says that he wants to make the mouse the spokesman for their string cheese factory. And he says, I know some people who used a mouse as a spokesperson. And what that is a reference to is the fact that this is a DreamWorks movie. And DreamWorks was founded in part by Jeffrey Katzenberg, who was the number 3 guy at Disney during Michael Eisner's tenure. And the two of them had a very bad falling out.
Falling out?
Yeah, a very bad falling out. And so because of that, DreamWorks puts in as many disparaging references to Disney as they possibly could in those early days. And an example of that is Shrek, in which Lord Farquaad was made to resemble Michael Eisner. So, yeah.
I chuckled to myself at that part too. Well, actually, I didn't chuckle out loud. I was like, "Ha, that's funny."
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But I found myself laughing at a lot of the parts of this movie.
I mean,
and
I'm going to be honest with you. Like the neatest part that I thought that I saw in this movie, the neatest part was when the mouse tucked himself into his bed, which was a mint tin full of cotton. And he has like he has like a poster of Hawaii as like a poster on the room he made in the space between the walls. Like that part was really, really cool. But I wish the movie was more of it, you know?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about that part because it's one of my favorite moments in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just talk about my favorite moments in the film real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I think that's a good way for me to talk about the movie, and then you tearing it apart like your bitter old heart desires to.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I love you, Steven.
I love you too, Dan.
So, that is one of my favorite moments in the film. Is the mouse? I forget what he's just done, but basically, he's tucking himself into bed. He's going in between the walls. He's winding through the messy in between spaces, and he knows it like the back of his hands. He's like walking across pipes and stuff, and going around corners, and he tucks himself into bed inside of his little mint tin. And yeah, he's like going to sleep, and he's looking at his poster of Hawaii, and I think he's completely sentient. Like which mouse would set up, a poster of Hawaii and have like a little watch and a little spool of string in there, and he's in his little apartment, his cozy apartment, and then out of nowhere, as he's closing his eyes, nails start destroying his home.
Yeah.
And they're these huge, massive, like from his perspective, they're like the size of, I don't know, like a telephone pole, just coming through his walls, like directly at him. And so his apartment is immediately destroyed, and he's escaping down the hallway, and nails are coming after him from behind, and he's like duk, 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 chasing him down the hall, and then they cut him off, and then he's stuck in between two nails, and then he's about to get nailed in the face whenever the nail doesn't fully go in, and Lars is outside, and he's like about to grab a hammer to pound it in the rest of the way, but then Nathan Lane calls in from outside, and he drops the hammer, and I just think that is fucking insane, and lovely, and so suspenseful and funny, and It was just like a crazy. It was like a scene from like a World War II movie where like they have to escape in the middle of the night because they're having a blitzkrieg dropped on them or something.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
That was a great sequence, and there's something to be said for that theme because the renovation of the house is leading to the destruction of the mouse's home.
mm-hmm.
So I just wish that they would lean more, into specific themes. Is all. Because that was
I agree.
you're right, that was an incredible sequence. I just wish that there was more of it. You know.
This could have been haunting, like a haunted mansion style where like it's like a Beetlejuice where like they're trying to get him to leave, but it's really just a mouse the whole time or something like that. I think that would be
Mm-hmm.
fun too.
Mm-hmm. Or just
To me, this
renovating the house, and then the hijinks. Make it like a Home Alone from the mouse's point of view, which
yeah,
this movie
yeah, that
does
would
a
be fun.
little bit of. But
Yeah,
to do that, you need to get rid of the string factory. Get rid of that. Get rid of the Ernie's restaurant at the beginning. We don't need that. Yeah, yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. And the anti-capitalist in me, um, is annoyed that the end of it is just a happy. They're a happy ending because they get rich.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that point as well, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, but another thing I liked about this movie, another scene
Mm-hmm.
is Lars has just been thrown out of his house, because his wife discovers that he's broke and he's foolish and he wants to take over the string factory for no reason. He's just dumb, so she kicks him out, and he's ordering a uh um grilled cheese sandwich at a restaurant, and the lady gives him his plate, and it's like these two beautifully ornate pieces of cheesed toast
Well,
with
yeah,
what were they? What were they?
he orders a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah,
And so what he gets is like an open face sandwich, where, yeah, like you said, it's like cheese toast, but on the cheese, on both pieces of cheese, there's lines of capers, and then
capers. That's what it is.
yeah, and then something else, but it was like cut in a, it's decorative.
Yeah, it's plated like immaculately.
Yeah, and this is like a 1950s, diner from Nighthawks.
Yeah. And he's like, I ordered a grilled cheese sandwich and I don't want any of these capers on it. Can you take the capers off? And then so she like puts the plate up on the hot bar, and Nathan Lane pops up. He's like, "Who's sending back my caper, my grilled cheese? Uh these people have no taste." And then he's like, "Oh, it's him." I just think that's hilarious that this like cuisine uh gourmet chef is making grilled cheeses with capers on them. I thought that was funny.
Yes, that was a funny bit.
Okay. Moving on to another favorite part. Um, well, I already told you about the dead body flinging. I thought that was fun.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Like
Christopher
we
Walken.
well, if I may talk about that real quick.
Sure,
um
sure.
I mentioned how this movie very much has a Tim Burton feel, with its aesthetics,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
with the energy of the bits, like what you mentioned, like at the very beginning, that feels like very Robert Zemeckis to me. Especially
Mm.
Robert Zemeckis's animated stuff, like what is it, the Polar Express?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like the coffin going for a ride. That feels very um Robert Zemeckis to me. So
I see all those influences now that you bring them up. And I think the Tim Burton aesthetics are very spot on. I think you're very spot on with that, and
mhm,
just the time period that this came out in. Um,
mhm.
was the time period like ruled by Tim Burton whimsy. So I think
Yeah.
you're spot on with that. What I'll say is what I recognize about this movie is that it is sort of completion of of the 20s and 30s comedy duos
Hmm.
mixed in with the same era of like, Tom and Jerry cartoons. Like this
Yeah,
feels like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
it absolutely
Um
does.
and and um and like, like it's just it's got so many visual gags that I think are just really fun. Like they get they both are taking a jacuzzi up the stairs that, the brothers spent the last of their money on, and then they
Hmm.
both fall down into the jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi slides down the stairs, goes out the door, and like falls into the frozen lake. It's just like this is a cartoon bit, and it's like a Three Stooges bit, and I found that really fun. Um, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought I wrote it down in my notes. But that jacuzzi that falls to the bottom of the lake, that's a brick joke because oh, well, I remember what it was. Nathan Lane, he gets shot out of the chimney into the lake and then lands in that same jacuzzi.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, there's a brick joke. And you mentioned Tom and Jerry. Man, this movie would have been so fun, like if it tried to be like a live action um Tom and Jerry movie
Mm, mm.
where it's just the cat and the mouse, going cat and mouse against each other. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Mhm.
if this movie
Yeah,
just focused on one thing or the other, it would have been great. Um,
that's
it's
fair.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but okay, I think really what it is just, excuse me. Maybe I am blinded by nostalgia, but
Hmm.
maybe I just enjoy the parts that I enjoy so much that I know that the sum of their parts are not greater,
You're
but the
right.
parts are so wonderful to me that I don't care as much. Like it doesn't matter to me because I enjoy the parts so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
That's very fair.
so I think that's my ultimate, why I like this movie. Um, and I'm going to talk about another part that I love. So Lars is going past the striking workers at the string factory to try and make enough string to pay off their debts, um, and like basically fulfill the shipment that was just placed, the order that was just placed. So he's trying to run the string factory by himself, and his shirt gets caught on a hook, and basically his shirt and his clothes begin to uh be wound up into this insane machinery, and his clothes are being torn apart, thread by thread, from multiple different directions, and it ends with him like just being pulled in all these directions with this huge wide shot looking down on him, surrounded by these scary looking factory things, and he's just like screaming as his clothes are being torn apart in all different directions. And I love that shot, and I love that scene, and I thought that was just very fun, very silly, very cartoony, and enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the horror shot in this movie.
Yes.
This was their equivalent of Atreyu's horse sinking into the swamp. Because that's a pretty, for this movie, scary sequence because you see him like being pulled apart in all these directions. But yeah, not nearly as traumatic, I don't think, as an 80s movie would have been.
Hmm. That's yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna finish talking about. Well, okay. One quick sidetrack.
Yes.
Um. I just want to reemphasize uh how I guess how much care was put into the movie, and when I say that, I mean like they spent so much time and attention to like making these little doohickeys, and you just don't get that much money in time to do those things anymore in movies today, very rarely. Um, and in that way, it feels like almost like a claymation movie, um, where these characters are in this set that is, being orchestrated by, engineers to, I don't know, just like all the little doodads and the technical special effects and the fucking mouse and dog and cat trainers did an amazing job. Um, in the end, it's one of the big credits. Once the credits start, is like the people who trained the mice and
Okay.
the cat. And when you watch the movie, it's like you see the mouse and you're like, okay, well that's probably a CGI mouse, and that's probably a real mouse, and that's maybe a puppet. But it's
Oh.
like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to tell sometimes, and also it's like it's astonishing the with the amount of beautiful effort that they put into blending all those different techniques together into making one character of the character of the mouse.
No, you are absolutely correct. Yeah, this movie came out in the golden age where they didn't do everything with CGI. Rather,
Mm-hmm.
they had, like you said, real, real things, puppets, and CGI all reinforce each other to make incredible visual effects. Yeah, and yeah, this was made in that rare small window. And yeah, it does look great, for it. Absolutely it does. Yeah, and like like we see the sequences where the mouse like tries to get away and do things like the one where they're in their room and they're trapped because they cover the place with mouse traps, and then the mouse, avoids all the mouse traps, climbs up the thing, and uses a cherry pit. Uses a cherry to set them all off. Yes,
Yes.
that was a very great technical sequence for sure.
Yeah, and they like built like an obstacle course for this mouse to go through, and it was just so much fun to watch it because you can tell that there's like moments where it's an actual mouse like going through little holes and jumping, onto ledges and stuff, and it's like this is crazy. This is what cinema is made for. It's watching a little
Mm-hmm.
mouse do a little obstacle course.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, okay, so that was another thing I loved. Um, okay, and then I loved Christopher Walken's character as
Uh-huh.
the obsessive mouse hunter.
Yeah.
Um, and he just brings his character marvelous Christopher Walkenness, and I think it's really fun.
Okay. That was around the part where I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, I vividly remember from my childhood Christopher Walken inspecting mouse droppings.
Oh
So he takes the
yeah,
first
yeah, that was
one,
very
sniffs
gross.
it,
That was very
puts it in a
gross.
little jar, takes the second one, looks at it real close, and
Mm-hmm.
puts it in a jar, and then takes the third one and eats it.
Yes, yes, that was terrible. That was
uh,
horrifying.
I,
I
I,
do,
I,
I do
oh,
have
that's
in
cool.
my notes real quick. I have in my notes that in that scene with the helmet and the goggles that he was wearing, um, he greatly resembles a young Anakin Skywalker from the Phantom Menace.
Ah,
Yeah, in his pod racing outfit.
you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Well, this movie came out. I believe it came out 2 years. I believe Phantom Menace came out in 1999. So maybe that's where George Lucas got the idea from.
Maybe, but
Maybe,
it's just also a good, fun helmet with doohickeys on it.
yeah,
So I
with
wonder if
the
like
huge goggles.
yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder if it was part of the production design team that was like, oh well, we worked on this movie and this is what we did, or if it was George Lucas being like, oh, I saw this movie.
yeah, yeah. You never
Yeah.
know. Also, like his character very much reminds me of um John Goodman's character from Arachnophobia.
Ooh, I haven't seen Arachnophobia, but that sounds like a good one.
It's a great one, to be honest with you. Although I haven't
I'm gonna write it
seen
down.
it. I haven't seen it. The last time I saw it was before the millennium. I'll put it to you that way. Before the last century. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hell
Apparently,
yeah, I love John Goodman.
well, I just want to say real quick. I saw this thing on Reddit where they're referring to like the 1990s as the late 20th century. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
God damn you. I'm not dead yet. Calm down, everybody. But John Goodman, you were saying accolades about him.
Oh, I just love John Goodman so much.
Yeah.
He can do everything. He can do drama. He can do horror. He can do comedy.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's in a lot of Coen brother films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but okay, more things that I love about the movie, and then I'm almost done.
Okay, take your time.
Wrap it up soon if we want. But okay, Caesar is the bug exterminator, mouse exterminator's name.
Yeah,
and he has this wonderful line where he shows up and he just sniffs the air, and he's like, "Mouse, you're dealing with a mouse." Not bad. He's pretty good. And let's see.
But the reason why I found that funny was because you're an exterminator. You know, like chances are it's a mouse. Calm down. You're not that good.
I know.
That's what I thought the joke was. So
that is very funny too. I think it's that, and it's just Christopher Walken's performance to me.
Well, yeah. Christopher Walken will do a line reading like no other human being ever has or ever will.
My God. When he dies, I'm going to weep.
As we all shall.
Okay, but let's see. Yeah, so then he walks a little further in, and he's like, "Yeah, you got asbestos, all right. I'll take a look upstairs and get rid of it for you." And they're like, "What is he doing?" But he's like, he's like throwing the mice off his trail by like thinking that he's there to take asbestos out. So he knows how worthy of an adversary this mouse is, and he's up for the challenge. Although he's not up for the challenge.
He knows how to think like a mouse.
Yes, and that's what he says. He says, "Normal people are not psychologically equipped to catch mice." And he starts like quoting Mindhunter. He's like, "You have to become a mouse in order to catch a mouse."
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good impression, by the way.
Thank you. So they're like, "All right, well, whatever. We're going outside. Please, deal with this intruder." And he's like, to the mouse, "You are the intruder." And yeah, I just think that's fun. Just very fun.
Yeah. I mean, imagine a different version of this movie where we see it just from the mouse's perspective, where like we see the mouse going about his day, and then he's living like a challenging but thriving little mouse life. And then all of a sudden, these two huge two-legged monsters come into his house and start wrecking shit up. And now, he has to devise ways to stop them. Although there is a movie that's kind of like that. It's called The Secret of Nim, which also includes scientifically bred genius mice and magic.
Well, that sounds pretty cool too.
Okay. Might be man, I can't decide where it lies on the trauma meter regarding The Neverending Story. Is it more or less traumatic? I guess it depends on how much you like little critters.
Oh dear.
Oh, but the coolest thing about that movie is what it is Nim. It's called The Secret of Nim. Do you know anything about the movie?
I know a little bit about it.
Okay. So it's an animated movie. NIM stands for the National Institutes of Mental Health. So these are test rats who were like given like chemicals and stuff that made them genius. And so what happened was they ran away and they made a little mouse community, except for one who got married and had children. And then she is told he's dead. And so she has to look out for her children. And she is told to get help from her late husband's, genius mice. But anyway, these mice, they do sword fights. and what's really cool is like they referenced like the swashbuckling movies of Errol Flynn. They use Errol Flynn, dueling movies as visual references.
Huh. That sounds very fun.
Yeah.
That's,
very fun and very traumatic.
Silly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep talking about the movie.
Keep talking.
So Christopher Walken eventually gets thwarted by the mouse and is dragged through the house and then basically back to his truck. And the mouse is on the truck and has pulled the hitch, which retracted the cord that is attached to Walken. Anyways, the mouse jumps down, lands on his face, and if you noticed, he left a tiny little shit right on Christopher Walken's lip. And he jumps off. And I thought that was a full circle moment. He's like, you wanna smell and inspect my shit like I'm some sort of prey to catch? Well, here's another one for you. And he leaves a little shit on his face. And then they get back to the house. The two brothers, they get back to the house and like, what happened? And they're like, they found Caesar the exterminator in the attic, locked in a chest, and in the attic. And if you remember, there's a throwaway line that the owner of this house was also found locked in a trunk in the attic, which is when they sold the house. So this mouse means business.
I'm trying to find the name of the guy. It is something LaRue.
Is it like Jacques LaRue or something?
I thought it started with an L for the alliteration. Charles Lyle LaRue.
Yes.
Charles Lyle LaRue. Yeah. Very good name. That's a very funny name.
Yes, a very funny movie name.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, you mentioned the mouse turds, which is very gross. Well, we get another gross sequence at Ernie's restaurant, where the mayor eats half a cockroach.
Yeah.
And it causes a heart attack, his third or fifth, which is what causes him to lose his restaurant. And then he upchucks his half of the cockroach.
And then his two daughters start trying to stab it with the silverware.
Yeah.
As the upper half of the cockroach is running around the table.
Yeah. So there's a bit of grossness in this movie.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Trying to think of what else I enjoyed. The other bits. Let's see. That was basically it. There's a nonverbal conversation that happens after the two of them are especially thwarted by the mouse, and that's fun to watch just because they're extreme acting and whimpering and gesturing to each other, the two brothers. um, and the trauma that they've experienced at the hands of this rodent. Another little thing is Nathan Lane is having an auction to sell the house, and there's like a man in like a headdress, like probably like an Arab type headdress, and he he passes by him and he says, "Ah, Hakuna Matata."
I
It's
missed
just like
that.
so stupid. It's so dumb. But it made me like what the frick? That's weird. Because he also voices, I think, was it Timon from The Lion King?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's his most famous line, probably from The Lion King.
Well, there's a whole song about it, Daniel.
I know. Yeah, Hakuna Matata, it means no worries. Yeah. But that's his most famous song.
Yeah, for sure.
Song.
That is what he will forever be best known for.
Yeah.
If it wasn't that, it would have been The Birdcage, but I don't know. I feel like The Birdcage has aged very poorly, despite like how great of a movie it is. So, although
I still really want to watch it.
Although there are people who who want to take us back to those times, unfortunately.
Yes, absolutely unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. That's pretty much the standouts that I remember.
You're forgetting one.
Okay, shit.
I got this in my notes where when they go to look for a cat to take care of the mouse, and they say the fact like yeah, we want the craziest, most insane cat you have, and then Nathan Lane says with the utmost sincerity, and boy does he sell it, we want one mean pussy.
Yeah,
Nathan Lane.
That's a good one too.
Nathan Lane wants one mean
give
pussy.
Give him his Oscars, guys. Come on, give him his roses.
Yeah. What is it? The Agot?
Oh yeah.
He deserves it.
Emmy, Grammy, Tony, and Oscar or whatever.
Oh, so what's the A?
The A, maybe that's the Academy Award. I don't know. What's the A?
Okay, there's the Academy Award. Well, where there's what is it? The Grammys, the Oscar, and the Tonys.
Yeah. What's the A? I don't remember the A.
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, that brings up Game of Thrones. That's not it. Oh, it's EGOT for Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He should definitely have one of those, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
But there are other fantastic performances in this. Is performances in this too.
Vicky, not Vicky Lawrence, although she is a redhead. Vicky Lewis of News Radio fame, is in this movie.
Does she play Julia?
She plays April, the Lars's ex-wife. Yeah.
She's very fun in this movie too.
She's not given enough. She's not given nearly enough.
That's true.
You know, it's like Judy Greer. It's like listening to Judy Greer being a voice actress in Archer. And then watching her like, having to tamp everything down for like what is it, the Carrie remake that she's in? Not utilized to her talents enough at all, which is a damn shame. Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost done. Let me bring up a few more things, and then I'm done. I swear.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I remember from when I was a kid was that they flip a coin over the bed, in the house, and the coin lands perfectly on its side and doesn't fall.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That was just a fun bit.
Yeah, it's a great trope.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, glass of rainwater.
Yeah. I believe that guy, is he Maury Chaykin?
Yeah, Maury Chaykin.
So what I know him from is from Dances with Wolves, where he plays the crazed Union officer that allows Kevin Costner to go to the frontier before it's claimed. And the last words, well, one of the things he says is, "I've pissed my pants, and there's nothing anybody can do about that." I think about that quote just as much as I think about I want an equal number of blueberries in every muffin from Casino. Those are the two movie quotes that live rent free in my head every single day.
Well, ever since I was a kid, the line "glass of rainwater" that stuck with me too. He just puts his hand out and asks for a glass of rainwater because he's rich, and they give him a glass of rainwater.
Yeah.
And let's see. There's another fun line that is, once Nathan Lane's character discovers that this mouse is truly a threat and is very sentient and is very set upon destroying them, he screams to no one, "Get me my Gouda!" And I thought that was fun. So that he gets the Gouda cheese, and he cuts a piece off for a trap for the mouse. But then the mouse takes the entire wheel of Gouda.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah, very cute. And then later on, you see it's just the round rind of the cheese because he's eaten everything in between it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very cute.
That's a fun victory lap. That's pretty much it. Before you go, a special thank you to our bestest friend of the show, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for supporting Your Movie, My Movie. Now, if any of you would like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/yourmoviemymoviepodcast, or leave us a review on whatever you're listening to us on. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate this movie, and I don't think it's a terrible movie. It's certainly not it's a very well made movie. It's a very well made movie. I just wish it was better written. I just wished they would have picked a lane and then focused on that, because I think, why make this one movie that's mediocre when instead you could have taken the parts of it and then made 3 or 4 movies that would have been even better. That's my whole issue with this movie. So, but yeah,
a valid gripe. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, but I do see how this is an enjoyable to an innocent child.
Yes.
Yeah, especially around Christmas
simple
time.
mind such as mine.
Yeah. Well, what? 15 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know how old I was when I saw it, but probably 10 around. Probably around 10. So yeah, probably around 15 years ago.
Well, you don't have a simple mind anymore, is what I'm trying to get at. So, to your credit.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Of course.
Okay, well, cool. I'm happy with that. Anything else you want to say?
Well, you know what next month is.
Oh, freaking A. It's Black History Month, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I don't make that sound. If you're a new viewer, I don't make that sound because I dislike Black History Month.
We know why, and it's because of me.
It's because Steve likes Black History Month too much, and that he gets to pick insane movies for Black History Month.
Yes.
And he's gleefully laughing because he's a fucking mischievous little imp. You know, hopefully we don't lose all our credibility, like we nearly did with last year's.
Yeah.
But do you know what are we going to watch, Steve? Are you going to tell me now or are you going to tell me later?
I'll tell you later. Well, we have some things to work out first, or at least I think so. But we'll discuss those off air.
Fine.
But everybody else, they can wait in anticipation.
Okay, cool.
All right. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you know.